Eventually, it was going to happen. Now, here's Reno doing a rant on the entire Twilight series.
Let's see, Twilight. Who likes Twilight? Nobody, if they got any sense. Who cares about Twilight? Let's tell a story about Twilight. How its story is. How they produced every movie with this same fucking story. About a vampire falls in love with a girl. This girl falls back in love with this vampire. Here's the problem with this vampire. He's not like the rest of them. He's not like Dracula. He sparkles. Then, her best friend becomes a wolf. So now, not only is she in love with the vampire, she's got her special friend that when he turns to a dog, she gets to pet. I guess. This whole movie to me made no sense. It was more like a love story than anything. They have a female vampire who's supposed to be a psychic, who can tell when things are going to happen, so she can tell their leaders who also sparkle. They live in this mansion in this town. Yet this whole entire town doesn't know they exist. And somehow, the entire town doesn't know about people who turn into wolves. They just think they're regular wolves. I mean, this movie absolutely makes no fucking sense. Everything in it sparkles. This girl who's in love with this vampire, later on throughout the series, they wind up having a kid together. And it's still just a basic fucking stupid love story. Of sparkling and love and a wolf and a vampire fighting over this one girl. The wolf wants her, the vampire's got her. They're fighting. And how's the vampire fight the wolf? He's got magical power in his hands. He put stop and they stop. Let me show you an example. This idiot is the vampire. That's the dumbass girl to love. You can see how she's a normal human being, but how he's kind of real white and sparkling here. Look at the picture and tell me it ain't stupid. This guy looks like a geek. But yet she's madly in love with him. You ain't got the picture of the guy playing the wolf. I guess they didn't want to give you the ideal about her being in love with a four-legged dog. Or he's in love with her, I guess. She winds up having the half-breed baby, which is half vampire, half human. Which is a different version of saying it might as well be Blade. Just the female version of Blade. I mean, hell, it's basically ripped off Blade in some sense, and probably ripped off the Underworld movie in some sense. Difference is, those movies didn't sparkle, but this one does. Somehow, some reason, these vampires sparkle. And it's boring, it's dull. The wolf can cut flips when he's a human off a cliff in the water. But the constant series on this movie is two guys fighting over one girl. And other vampires don't like it. Some try to kill her. Mr. Sparkle tries to save her. The wolf falls in love with her, so he later on tries to save her. Then he becomes buddies with the Sparkle vampire. So the wolf and Sparkle work together to try to save him and try to help the half-breed baby, who's pretty much the female version of Blade. And she begins to get ready to fight. And it's like, oh, brother. This thing is just horrible. I mean, that's just fucking awful. It's like a love scene. I must bite you. But before I bite you, I'm just gonna kiss. Sparkle! Wait a minute, I gotta be careful in the sun, so I gotta get in the shadows so I can sparkle. Ah! Idiots. Whoever produced this movie is an idiot. The people who played in it are even bigger morons. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for listening.
It's kind of too bad I can't do a sparkly effect to end this video, but...
You wouldn't want to. It'd make you sick.